Hi everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you my first album for my October Daily 2022 album. So I will have two this year. This filled up a lot quicker than I thought, but this year I'm doing something a little bit different. I grabbed this vintage children's book from eBay, and I am creating my October Daily inside of it. So I'm working on it over on Patreon. So I'll have that link below if you want to see process videos or hear more in depth about anything or just join in on all the fun over there. But as I always do at the end of the month, do a flip through of whatever project I'm working on, I thought I would go ahead and share this one now since I will be having two by the end of the month. So we'll go ahead and dive right in. So I used the cinch to create this album. So I basically just went ahead and punched my holes in the cover before I started at the very beginning of the month. And then I just created each of my pages outside of the book. And then once I had enough pages to fill in this book, like once it was nice and chunky, I cinched it together. So I didn't, I kind of worked outside of the book is what I'm trying to say. Hopefully that makes sense. But yes, I also used the Prima Luna collection this year. It's pretty much exclusively that collection. So I have the paper and the die cuts and also the puffy stickers and all that kind of good stuff. So for the first couple pages, I just covered the inside of the book with this diagonal stripe. And then we've moved on to the title page. I'm not sure if I'm going to add anything on this inside portion or not right now, but it works for me. I just used a plate or maybe a bowl as a template, and then made my circle and created my title here just using the Sophie Alpha stamp from Citrus Twist. And then we move on to all the good stuff. So for me, October Daily, I definitely do not document literally daily, but I am documenting my month way more in depth than I normally would. But I just kind of tell little stories and document different things just as the month goes on, whatever it is that I find fun to document. So for this one, I wanted to have kind of an intro page. So over here, I did a little tip in where I stamped It's Time and did kind of my intro to the album. And then I love taking all of the spooky selfies over on Instagram. They're so fun, a great way to feel festive whenever the month has just started and you're not doing that much yet. This is one of my favorite ones. It makes you look like the corpse bride, which is so fun. Added in spooky season, let the fun begin, and then we really start. So my next two spreads, I knew that I wanted to document my drink of choice from Starbucks this season. So this is a picture of me and my mom getting our drinks, and there's a little Avery index tab here that you can pull down. And I stamped out iced apple crisp oat milk macchiato because that is my drink. Added a little bit of journaling, and then I have some embellishments there. So that's kind of a reoccurring feature that you'll find in here. I just took my photo and I used my X-Acto knife around like a big icon in the photo, and then just used my bone folder to create a good crease and added in hidden journaling and titles and all that kind of stuff behind there. Then this one, I just went with using little tags. There's a tag cut apart sheet in the Prima Luna collection. So I just have about 6 tags here. There's a lot of them with all kinds of cute icons. And then I just included photos of our house and our pups all decorated for the holiday. And then I just kind of put different ribbons on there. I did stack them. So I, instead of creating one pocket, I just created 2 pockets so that I would be able to put a lot of photos. So I thought that these were really cute. Love the way that turned out, and they're right in here. And then I also wanted a spot for journaling. So I kind of created one other little pocket here at the bottom. And now this paper is actually from the Happy Haunts collection from Die Cuts with a View, but I just added a little tag in here where I could put some of my journaling. So I really like the way that one turned out. It's a little bit of a smaller page, so I added another Avery Index tab here with a little bit of washi inside. Then for my next topic, I wanted to talk about spooky movies and of course Hocus Pocus 2. I feel like there's not going to be an October Daily album this year without documenting Hocus Pocus 2. So I went ahead and printed this, the movie cover quite big. I think all of the full-size photos are around a 6.5 by 8. So that's around the size of this book. And then I used one of these little tags that came in the ephemera pack, and I added on some journaling. I also used a lot of these Velcro closures, which are really nice to keep everything where it needs to go. And then over here, I wanted to document autumnal movies. So I created this fun little flip out where I could have all these windows and document all kinds of fun autumnal movies that I hadn't seen before. So I have those 3 at the top. Practical Magic, When Harry Met Sally, which was incredible. And then also Mystic Pizza, which I really liked. Casper, haven't watched that one yet. I may have seen that when I was a kid, but I don't remember it. Knives Out, that's the only one that I had seen previously, and I did watch that one already as well. Little Women, haven't watched that. Mona Lisa's Smile, I watched. The Witches of Eastwick, I still need to, and You've Got Mail, I watched. So some of them I still need to put my ratings, and these aren't absolutely perfect. I did them with an X-Acto knife, but I feel like it's very fun and festive, and I really like the way the page turned out. Then for this one, I wanted to basically just try to do like a comfy at home kind of a page. So I did struggle with this one a little bit over on Patreon, and my patrons will know, but it ended up turning out good enough for me at the end. But this was the one that really threw me for a loop. But basically I have this photo of me hanging out with my warm, cozy drink in my living room, relaxing. And I did the same thing where I cut around the photos here. So I did a bucket list, and I just put all of the different things that I'm hoping to do throughout the month there. And then I did want to incorporate some of the vintage children's book pages that originally came in this album. So I used a Citrus Twist large tag as a template, and I just covered the front and back with the paper. And I think that was really fun to kind of add that in from the original book. And then here I used a different stamp set that I cannot remember the name of right now, but if you want to know, you can always ask me in the comments and I'll figure that out. But I just spelt out Make Your Own Magic. And then I used a little bit of vellum, and I printed off this poem from Shel Silverstein, which I love around this time of year, that talks about making magic for yourself. So I added that in as well. Then we keep moving on, and I have this kind of letter board in my craft room that I had put an announcement on last year when I started my Patreon. So I thought it would be fun to change it up and say that my Patreon hit 1 year this October. So I was really happy with that, printed that off large, and then I just used my X-Acto knife to make a little cut here. And I have a card with journaling that just slips right inside, and I can talk all about, always when you're on camera. And I can talk all about how happy I am that I made it to 1 year on Patreon. Then over here, more spooky selfies. You gotta do it. I will link these cute little charms. The one on the outside of the witchy hat, and also this one came from the same Etsy shop. This one has little devil horns, and I thought that was cute to go with this devil filter that I love. I also have one little tag up here with some hidden journaling, just to say that I always love to try out all the filters every year. Then this one is whenever we went to the pumpkin patch. So I had a lot of photos for this spread, and I wanted to try to fit as many as I could into this layout. So over here I did like a waterfall effect, which is really, really easy to do. So right now you can see that these pictures are layered over each other. So I'm just gonna pull it down, and then you'll be able to see that I have additional photos that are kind of hidden underneath here, which is really fun. And then I have some additional little journaling and whatnot down at the bottom. So I really love the way that looks. It's a great way to fit a lot of pictures into like a small space. Then over here, I did a large photo of the pumpkins, but I wanted to include this picture as well. So I just backed it with some patterned paper, and then I added my journaling on the other side using one of those Velcro little pieces there, the little stickers. They're really helpful. Added that as well. Then it was my birthday. My B-day is on the 10th, and I turned 36. So here's my little cake. I loved this ghosty die cut that had the balloons. I felt like that was perfect for a birthday spread. And then over here, I just have a vellum pocket that I made. And whenever you pull this tag off, there's journaling, just kind of general journaling about my birthday. But then you can pull this tag out, and I have 3 photos here that are of me and my mom going to the bookstore, the sushi that we had, and then watching Scream. And then this one has a little pulley, so you can actually pop this one up, and there's additional journaling about what we actually did on the day of my birthday. More like specific journaling instead of kind of general journaling. And then on the back, I just used another piece of that book paper, which I love. And then you just pop it right in. Then for the next one, this one's all about my first costume of the season. So I was Enid from Ghost World. So this is a graphic novel and a movie that I love. So I was really excited to dress up as this character. So I took the movie poster and I just took Enid off the cover and added myself so that I could be on the movie poster, which I thought was pretty fun. And then on this side, I made this little accordion book here so that I could put a lot more photos. So I love it. It doesn't take up that much, you know, make that much bulk, but it's really fun to make one of these. So on this side, there's little pockets. So there's another photo of me, and these are just backed with the 3x4 cards. Then in the middle, there is a journaling card, of course. I also printed off and punched out little pieces from the graphic novel. And then here is one other photo with a journaling card. And then on the back, there's just 3 photos that are just adhered right down, a little steal from the movie. And I love the way that that turned out. And then here, this is an actual kind of book page from the graphic novel that I found online, and I just printed it off on vellum, and then I cut down a Citrus Twist 4x8 page protector from the Life Crafted albums so that I could pop this little accordion fold in here. So it fits perfectly. You just have to make sure nothing's kind of grabbing at it, but it fits perfectly. And I really love that you can still read the comic strip behind there, which I think is pretty fun. Some of these pages are uber thick, but all right, we're nearing the end of this one. So this page is all about my TBR, my to be read list for the month. So over here, I have the book stack of some of the books that I got with my mom for my birthday, and I just kind of added some pumpkins and stuff. Have a little Avery index tab, and you can flip this out as well, and you can read all about my spooky TBR, which I think is pretty fun. I like having these just like little added elements for surprise journaling. Then over here, I did something similar to the movie page where I'm using circles. And so I have each one of these pops open, and it has different books that I'm hoping to read this month. Kiki's Delivery Service, The Dead Romantics, Cackle. I think this is like The Secret Society of Irregular Witches or something along those lines. Pumpkinheads, and also In the Company of Witches, which is our book club pick of the month. And then I have those Velcro pieces so they pop on really easily. And I also have an area in there where I can rate those as well. And then the last one for this album is all about these caramel tarts that I made from the little blog of Vegan, which is a great website that I love and all of that. And so I made these, took this photo as kind of a half circle because I knew I wanted to mimic that on this side, stamped out Halloween treats, and then whenever you fold it out, I have the recipe here and then some additional little journaling about making a fun new treat this year, which I always love to do. And then we have another little piece from the book, And this is the end of the first album. So this was so fun to put together this month, and I cannot wait to start on the second one. So that will, of course, come at the end of the month or right after October is over. But I thought I would go ahead and share this one. Why not? We're done with this first one. But this has been such a challenge and so fun to use the children's, the vintage children's book. It's just been a really good time to kind of think outside the box, try to do some, at least some sort of interactive pages, and to just kind of try to let my creativity go and think of fun things to do. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this little flip through. If you did, please give me a like, and please also consider subscribing if you haven't. And I will be back at you super soon with another video. So thank you guys for watching. Bye y'all.